Hey guys, Civics Boy here, and today I got some parts in. I didn't get everything yet. With this build I'm going to have to go piece by piece because I'm not, filthy rich to where I can buy every single piece at one time. So these are the parts that I've gotten in so far. I've got the main components. I'm still waiting on several different components that I haven't ordered yet. I'll probably order that sometime next week or here in a couple days or so. But this is just the parts that I have right now, and I'm just go ahead and show it to you really quick. The first piece I'm going to be using is the Asus Maximus Formula 3, or Maximus 3 Formula is what they said. And I debated a while between this and the EVGA P55 for the win. Reviews on this particular motherboard was really good. Has a lot of features, a lot of overclocking abilities. Just offered a whole lot more than the EVGA P55 for the win. So I went with this. So here it is, the Asus Maximus 3 Formula. Cool. Second piece that I went for was the Intel Core i7, the i7 860 LGA 1156. I also debated between this and the Core i5. Because they're pretty much the same, except for this one right here, the i7 860 supports hyper-threading, which, I mean, I have, Photoshop and all that stuff, but I don't really use it all that much. But that's why I went with this, just because of the hyper-threading capabilities. And let's see here. The batch number is L943B273. I'm not sure if that's, a good batch or whatnot, but Intel Core i7 860 LGA 1156. Alright, second piece I went for to cool down the processor. I was originally going to use my Corsair H50 and just probably throw something else into my computer rig now, but I ended up going with something a little bit different. This is something that I had, haven't gotten really the chance to use it much, because after I bought this, I bought the H50, so I ended up using the H50. But this is the Cooler Master V8, and it cools really well. It cooled my Q9550 pretty well. Just a little bit above the H50. But I've been meaning to use this, and this was one piece that I didn't have to buy because I already had it. So the Corsair the Cooler Master V8 CPU cooler. And as you might know, this CPU cooler only supports LGA 775, 1366. So I had to get the retention bracket by also Cooler Master for the 1156 socket. So this is just a little retention bracket made for 1156 that's compatible with the Cooler Master V8. So my CPU cooler. And in this box, I'll go ahead and open it up for you. There's other pieces here. This is a Western Digital 640 gigabyte black hard drive. I was gonna go for something bigger, a 1 terabyte, or even like the Western Digital Velociraptors, but this was more in my budget, and plus I got it for a really good price with like a discount code and all that stuff. So I went for this one. 640 gigabyte Western Digital black. For my memory, I wanted to go for something really fast, something really with a low cast latency also. So I went for the Corsair Dominator-GT. This is the DDR3 1600 megahertz dual channel version, which the cast latency is 77720. I don't know if you guys can see that. 7720. So I haven't messed around with memory with this low of a latency before. I do have the original Corsair Dominators, but they overclock pretty good. I'm just kind of curious on how this one overclocks and handles it. So we'll see. I got 4 gigabytes of this, which is 2 gigabyte sticks, two 2 gigabyte sticks. So right there, Corsair Dominator-GT. And actually, it worked out pretty well too, because it's black and red, like the Asus Maximus motherboard. You know, I'm not really into that whole like matching stuff, but it just worked out pretty well. You know, I usually go for parts that offer performance, but as far as visual aesthetics, Corsair Dominators worked out pretty well. To cool everything down, if you see my other videos, I just bought the Cooler Master CM692 Advance. I got this, actually I bought 2 of these, the Noctua 120 millimeter case fans with the 3 speeds. I got this yesterday, and when I went to go test one of them out, it wasn't working. So I have yet to RMA that one. Hopefully this one, I haven't opened this one up yet. Hopefully this one works. I'm crossing my fingers. So I don't know what the deal with that was. I mean, I plugged it in. It just doesn't spin. You know, I even tried it with the different cables. I plugged it into 3 or 4 pin Molex. Still didn't spin. So I think I'm going to be returning that one. But this one, here's another 120 millimeter Noctua NF S1 2B. Heard really good reviews on this one right here, so that's why I went with Noctua. Spent a little bit more money, but hopefully it turns out pretty well as far as like cooling and noise reduction is concerned. And the things I'm waiting for, the parts that I'm going to be waiting for, is going to be my power supply. I'm waiting to order that. I'm not sure which one I want to go for. If I want to go for the Ultra X3 fully modular power supply, or the 850 watts, or the Corsair 850 watt modular power supply. I'm kind of torn between the two. You know, I want to try different brands with this build. I've always stuck to EVGA and Corsair and all that stuff. You know, I figured with the new year, try something new. But I'm still waiting on ordering that. And also, I'm waiting on the new NVIDIA cards to come out, the GT300s, if ever they're going to come out. The video card I'm going to be using now is just going to be the one I'm using. The video card I'm going to throw into this build is the video card I'm using now, which is the EVGA GTX 295 co-op. And then when the new cards come out, I'll go ahead and order those. But yeah, that's it for now. I mean, that's all the parts, basically all the parts I'm going to be using. I'm going to try to film as much as I can. I will definitely show you guys how I do the cable management when I do order my power supply. So look forward to those videos. There we have it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later. Civics Boy out.